Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to get an anonymous address, a place to send mail, most notably packages. This is really important. And really, there's not a lot of information about this because you've got to do a series of things. Now, before I dive into this, I do want to let you guys know that we actually made some, let's just call them upgrades and added features to my Ghost program. Also, I did a brand new video about it. It'll be the first link down below, and you can check out this new video. It just went live. And if you're a current client, we got you covered. We're going to be adding some really cool stuff for you guys. If you've been a client of PrivacyX in the last 2 years, we'll be reaching out over as we roll some stuff out. If you're not a current client, you decide to sign up, you're going to get some added benefits, added features, but it is a super limited time until we make it kind of a secondary thing. So if you're thinking about becoming a ghost, if you're thinking about going through the rabbit hole of privacy and anonymity and not being destroyed by the social credit score and these government laws, rules, regulations, and this applies no matter where you live in the world. It doesn't matter what country you live in. At PrivacyX, we can help you with this process. Check out the first link down below, check out the video, and let's get into the video. Today in Operation Anonymous Address. All right, guys, so there's steps to anonymous address, and I want to break these down for you, okay? So first and foremost, don't ever get anything like a P.O. box. That's not going to work. You do not want to associate with the post office, whether it's in the United States or your postal service anywhere, in my opinion. Now, of course, this is all my opinion. You do what you want to do in your life, but I'm going to tell you what we do and kind of get you going down this path. Don't use a post office. In fact, in my opinion, I would never recommend forwarding your mail, okay? All your mail should be digital at this point, and it should go to a box. You should, like when you move, you do that change of address form? No, I haven't done one of those in a decade. Absolutely not. You're putting your information and your data in databases everywhere, and it is a disaster. All for what? Just in case there's a bit, no. Everything should be digital, or if it's physical, going to a box. Really, you should be pretty much paperless at this point. But I digress. No P.O. boxes, no postal services or the equivalent, in my opinion. Next, UPS boxes are great. They're really only step one. That's like how you kind of dip your little pinky finger in, but it's a big leap for a lot of you. So, do you go out and get a UPS box in your name? Well, I'm going to tell you this right now. A UPS box in your name is 10 times better than your real physical address. Nobody should know where you sleep. Nobody should know where you eat. If you're in your house, nobody should know where you do anything in your house unless you really, really, really want them to. I've told you guys before, and this is not an insult to my mom. She'll probably actually see this video. My mom does not know where I live. And it isn't because I don't necessarily trust my mom. It's because I literally, there's like maybe, I could count on my fingers how many people know where I live. It's probably 9. That's about it. And again, my mom also lives states away, so I'm not trying to insult her, but I'm trying to paint the picture. She wants to come to Vegas. I can rent a hotel suite. We can hang out. It's just practice, okay? So a P.O. box or a P.O. box is out. A UPS box, which is a personal mailbox in your name, is better, but it's still not good. A personal mailbox in a business name is better yet, but it's still not great. A personal mailbox, like a UPS box or equivalent, there's other personal mailbox services, as you can see here, in a ghost business name is better. Now, you might be thinking, well, Cody, if you say ghost business, Cody's going to say that's the best. No, that's not the best. We're gonna take this more layers. We're going to keep going layers. Now, at bare minimum, for my clients, depending upon how deep they want to go, we at least want them to have a personal mailbox of some sort, depending upon what country they live in, because I work with people worldwide, that is in a ghost business's name. That should be like step one. Now, it takes a little while to get there. Don't get me wrong. And again, for all of you who get mail to your personal address where you live, just changing it to a personal mailbox would take your physical address off. You're starting down the journey. A personal mailbox in a ghost business is good. But how can we take this further? Especially now that there are some forms in different countries. I know Canada's one, Germany's definitely one. In fact, the UK has some goofy stuff. So how can we take this further? Because having a personal mailbox ghost business is good. But what if we shipped our mail to another country? Is that possible? Yes. Is it hard? Actually might be easier than you think. So stay tuned for this video as we go, because I'm going to break some stuff down. Frankly, taking it a step further would be a virtual office. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things you can do in a virtual office, setting up through your company, not in your personal name, but through your company. In fact, you don't have to give any personal information through a virtual office. Now, I got a lot of clients in real estate. I got a ton of clients who do real estate, that this is exactly what we do for them. Ultimately, once the process is set up on the ghost business side, we'll set up a virtual office. Now, the cool thing about these mail forwarding companies is it's going to have an address where it's from, and you're not going to be able to track the to or from. Now, we got to break the chain. You guys know, what do I always say? Compartmentalization. Everything should be in boxes. Everything, the Rubik's Cube is a great symbol of that, right? Everything should be compartmentalized. Your life. What a lot of people have is just their life. It's just out there. You don't want that. So a virtual office is a great option. I recommend a virtual office in a city that you don't live in, okay? There's a lot of great ones in the United States. You got places like Texas, you got places like Florida are really good ones. You got places like South Dakota and Wyoming are really good ones. You've got places like, actually, I can't even believe it, but California is actually a good one. California is not good at most things. Nevada's good at these kind of things. So mail distribution is popular. So having a virtual office in one of those locations. So how do we take this a step further? Well, if we look at mail forwarding companies, now there's a lot of people who are nomads, and they use services like Escapees or services like American Mailbox. There's also other ones, like there's a lot of nomad movements like in places like the UK, actually all through Europe. Europe's really popular with moving around and nomads. A little bit tougher now with everything going on. Canada's another really good one for that. So you can use these nomad style mailbox services. Then you can have your mail forwarded to a personal box for your ghost business, and then you can have it forwarded to your virtual office. Now, do you need to do all that? No, because there's services like Earth Class and other services that will actually scan your documents and your mail, like these services I talk about, and then you can have them emailed to you, you can have them shredded, but again, you're depending upon what you're bringing in, right? So it's a big difference between packages. So packages you can reroute, because every time a package comes in your name, you're put in a database. You're being tracked. And nowadays, if you buy packages off any of the major websites, not just Amazon, but any major website, all of the information from that package and your name and your address is going into a database. All of it, 100% of it. What you bought, who you are, where you live, and with that information, they can unravel your whole life. This is stuff that's going to be used with the social credit score system. And it's already underway. The data collection has been underway. That's why in the United States, they're buying all of the major data firms. The government, that's against our Constitution. The government can't be out here picking winners and losers and buying and building businesses. That's not what they're for. But that's what they're doing on the data side. And they're calling it intelligence for the intelligence agencies, which is an absolute lie. They're building the credit score system. I mean, our president literally all but came out and said it, and he literally came out, his own words, said he's federalizing the credit system in the United States. Federalizing. Well, that's great. And they're doing this everywhere, frankly. So having your stuff structured to where your mail actually can get forwarded to your email, any email you get, but more important, if you look at a virtual office or you look at one of these services who can actually reroute your packages, these are important things. Now, taking it a step further, in cities like Vegas, which is a very cash-heavy city, we're talking about poker, we're talking about high-level gambling. I mean, you got high-level celebrities. You got DiCaprio down at the Bellagio right now just throwing out cash, right? Because he doesn't care, because he's rich. You got all these people just out here every day, right? You had Paris Hilton out here the other day at the new Resorts World DJing. You just walk by, oh, that's Paris Hilton DJing, right? These celebrities are throwing crazy amounts of money, so it's cash heavy. So when you look at the discrete side of cities like this, and it's pretty much in all major cities, London and Paris and New York and LA and Vegas and Dallas/Austin and Miami and all the major cities, they have what's called discrete box services. So now we're going a little bit more underground, and what they are is they're for, usually you don't have to have a high net worth, you don't have to be like a millionaire, but usually, I mean, you're not going to be able to do it for a couple of bucks. Each box service is going to be a little bit more expensive. People use these for assets, which I don't recommend, but they also have other services like mailing services and different types of services. So there's a lot of discrete services. Now, people say, Cody, what do I do if I want to get mail in a pinch? What if I don't want a full service, but I need to get mail, I need to get a package in a pinch? Well, there's a lot of things you could do. Here's what I did one time. I was on the road and needed to get a package. Hotel room. Rent a hotel room in your ghost business name. I've talked about doing this before, and then have the package sent to the hotel. Very simple to do. Also, when it comes to getting packages, there's a lot of different options. When it comes to getting mail, there's a lot of different options. You got to think outside the box. I talked about in yesterday's video how I used to have stuff sent to different addresses that were being built up. That's a popular way that a lot of people do this. I don't do that anymore, but that's the way I used to do it when I was trying to figure all this out. And then take it a step further from discrete boxes, because these are popular and you'll have to check your city. If you're in a smaller area, unfortunately, that's probably not going to work for you. But if you're in a I'm actually Vegas is actually technically kind of a small city, but we have over 50 million travelers. So we've only got 3 million people in Nevada, 50 million travelers. So that's why Vegas has a lot of big services, even though we're not a huge city. We're not like, California with 40 million people, or Texas with, 30 million, or Florida with 20 to 25 million, right? So we're not big like those places, but we have big services. And there's other places that have those kind of things as well. Then there's basically hiring agents for your company. You could hire mail agents. Now, when you're talking mail, there are a couple of forms you have to have in place. That's why you go through what's called a mail agent to be able to distribute packages, and then there's a couple of forms they have to fill out. But again, we're getting a little bit more advanced, but that's an option to keep you 100% anonymous. So I wanted to get the ball rolling. I wanted to talk to you guys about a handful of different options. Of course, in the Ghost program, we go much deeper in this, but this gives you a bunch of options right off the bat, because I get this question all the time, and I wanted to make a dedicated video on how to get going in anonymous mail. Because frankly, if you're getting mail to your house, everything you're getting is being tracked. Your power bill, your name is John Smith or Ashley Smith. How much heat did you use? AC did you use? You piece of garbage, you're ruining the climate. How much fuel did you use? Do you have a credit card? What'd you buy on that credit card? What food did you buy? Oh, you bought pizza last Friday? Oh, well, you don't even care about your health, so we need to jack up your premium. This is what the social credit score looks like, guys. Everything you do is being tracked. So this is why, I know I talk a lot about being a ghost, but because I wholeheartedly believe in it, and I've helped thousands of people go through this process and live a substantially better life. The best thing for me, besides, things that involve my kids, are the community that I've built over the last several years in Privacy X, and being able to network with these people who are actually free. Because frankly, freedom is an illusion at this point. I mean, I'm quite good at sleight of hand. I know a good illusion when I see one, and I'm gonna tell you right now, freedom is an illusion. Ownership is a myth, but you could take these things back. So anyway, that's what I wanted to get in this video, guys. I appreciate your support. Appreciate you checking this out. I've got some big changes. There's only going to be a couple more videos in this office for a while. You can count them on one hand. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because the whole thing's changing. We are leveling up here on Privacy X, and I'm actually going to be doing some really, really cool stuff. So I won't be shooting in the office anymore for quite a while. I'll be shooting a different kind of videos. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but you guys will see it very soon. So if you haven't subscribed, and then also check back often, because I know every day I get countless people tell me you don't get notifications even though you do all the whole thing. I know. Also, Odyssey, appreciate your support. We're putting stuff on Rumble, not really, a lot of traction over there for what the kind of content I do, but we're putting stuff on different platforms. And also, we are going to be putting more stuff on Privacy X. Some of you have seen the couple of the free videos we've already put on Privacy X. We're going to be doing more of that once we kind of finalize some projects that we're working on. So anyway, guys, go all in. Have an amazing day. Remember that privacy is a right, and it's right that needs to be protected. And if you don't protect it, I don't protect it. You could bet the big corporations and the governments will not protect it. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.